live?
Poor fangs. The foam did not get into the fangs at all. So we'll just play with the pumpkin.
Oh, did you powder before you foamed?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're live.
Should have powdered before I foamed? I
Fangs
always think that.
and stuff. Yeah.
I always thought it would create a
It can,
problem.
but I would powder those like things like fangs and long ears. You don't want them to collapse, especially if you're pouring that thin. Or just don't pour fangs that thin.
Yeah.
All right, tripod cam, we're on.
Are we on?
Well, we're facing that way, but yeah.
Are we here?
We're here, I think. Hang on. Maybe. Dang it.
Normally people are on.
Yeah, there's people on. It's just I have the wrong chat.
Okay.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Pop out chat. There we go.
Just gonna leave that. You're gonna leave the new chat on the body of the old chat, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Okay.
how that's gonna go. All right, live chat. There we go.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Would you grab the gray, white, and black paint, please?
Yes.
Masco paint over.
Scalping.
We're getting situated, everybody. So forgive us. So are we up at the top?
Yep, we're up at the
Or
top.
Can you make that window largest?
I can.
It's weird that it doesn't have an expand button.
Yeah, it is.
You do it different than Teddy does it.
Well,
All right.
because
is that
Teddy
the
loves
top?
you more. Yep.
Hello, John C., the King. Glad you could join us. John Sheffield, Realms will be your nightmare. Sean Finner, Gray Hawkins. Hello, Gray. Gray got to play an elf in our show on the 30th. Christian Ty Edwards, Edson Glutes, Austin Denny, Poison Sumac, Crips, Josh Newman. Crips, what is your temperature there? Here it is like 50 degrees and we feel like we're dying. I got the Crypt in Canada, I think, if I recall.
Yep.
Josh Newman, Ross Richard, Mike Manning, Linda Tuttle, and Buster Mack. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for joining us. So, wait. Which? Okay.
Oh, that's.
All right. I'm looking at there's okay. Just like the theme of whole stack the live thing on top of the dead thing, this camera is clamped to another camera, and it looks 100,000% like this camera is not plugged in. I'm like, how is this camera working if it's not plugged in? It's the cord of the other camera. This camera cord just drapes over it,
And they're laying next to
and
each
it
other.
gave me a perfect optical illusion.
Linda Tuttle is AKA Tutworks.
Oh, an axe on the moon!
John C says last Wednesday seems like a week ago.
It does seem like it was a week ago, because it was a week ago.
Chad Flyboy B says, hey, Alan.
Hello, Chad.
Jennifer Pew 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 says hello. Tank says sup all.
In the words of the wise Abraham Lincoln, sup.
I don't think Abraham Lincoln ever said that.
Can't prove it.
The King says Rue in the house. And includes his Rue miser. Fieldwalker Mass says hello all from Scotland. Austin Denny says it's warmer here today, 31. John C says Rue hello. Chad Flyboy B says what we doing tonight?
I'm still remodeling this mask just like a side project, so I can do it. I can work on it on lives. But also, I have Stacey in the room here. I want to talk about Transworld a little bit.
Yay. South Omaha Horror says good evening everyone.
Hello.
Edson Glutes, hello.
Everybody's gonna get an inside scoop of Transworld.
They will have
put them in a place.
They're not in the kangaroo pouch. I'll bring it back. I just picked up 2 brushes.
June Ritchie says greetings. Ezekiel Bradshaw says hello from the third world.
Hello, Ezekiel. We're down there. It is winter time, right?
Ooh.
No, it's summertime.
Summer.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it's been rainy as heck down there.
Are you going to make it to Trans World, Ezekiel, this year, or what? Like, what's the deal?
We miss you.
I see Christine Salvati is on.
And Tim
Yeah,
Hams.
yeah, hi.
Definitely miss Tim Hams. But shipping rates are terrible. So.
John C says hello, Stacy and Rue. Jordan says hello. Lauren says inside scoop. What?
So, yeah. I think we do the mask shelf like we talked about,
Yeah,
and then just 4 costumes.
okay.
But I don't want any filler.
Yeah,
I want everything to be freaking wow.
yeah,
So,
I like it.
like that's, I don't want anything,
4 in mind.
no. I have one concept in mind.
Chad Flyboy B says I'm going to try and plan another trip there this year.
Cool. If you've never been to Trans World, you should definitely go to Trans World. And I see a lot on the haunt forums and stuff, and the haunted house groups online, people talk about what show should I go to? I can go to this one or go to Trans World. Because it's where everybody goes. It's where haunted houses go to go shopping.
Horror Beauty says, hey, hope everyone is good. Happy New Year. She says, it's hard to hear you guys. Let me see if I can.
The microphone is, we can move it closer because we put it on the long cord.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Unless it's picking up the camera mic from here. This building is a little bit echoey, so, and this mic is very directional. So that's probably also part of the problem. All right. Let me know if that's better. And I'm facing away from the mic, so that doesn't help.
Ezekiel says, no Trans World. The wife is headed back to Sweden, and I'm planning on MHC and to be in the USA for Halloween.
Well, okay. If you're going to be here for Halloween, then you're forgiven.
Yeah.
Sure would be cool to get to run you through our show.
Ezekiel's been, I think, twice to Dark Hour.
Sure would be cool to have Ezekiel act in our show.
Hey.
What I was talking about before was the different shows. If you have a local show to you, of course go to that one. Of course. Go to everything you can go to. If you can only go to one, go to Trans World. Right now, that is still the, without doubt, 100,000% standout.
Chad Flyboy B asks, what do you use for hair on the wolf?
Well, this is fun fur. This is just a nice gray fake fur that comes in a sheet. Buy it at Joann's Fabrics. I used to buy this. It was called Timber Wolf. Grizzly was the name of the sheet. Timber Wolf was the name of this color. Now I'm not sure exactly who I would be getting this from.
Horror Beauty says I can hear you better now.
Yeah, turns out I gotta bring the microphone close. We did get some 5-minute epoxy so that we're gonna be able to make up some teeth for this guy. This is what I was talking about, the steel stick epoxy. I'm gonna run and grab my chair.
Christine Salvati says, since there aren't any major purchases this year, we're trying our East Coast Hunters Convention at the Trans World. You can easily drive from Connecticut.
Yeah, and then that's close. And I will see you there. I don't know how many of us are going, but I know at least I'm going.
Ezekiel says, Texas for Halloween, have some plans for Salem and also New Orleans.
Sweet.
Chad Flyboy B says, I tried mole hair on my hog head, but didn't get along well with me.
Mole hair? I don't know what that is. Now this tooth will be gray in color. I'll have to paint it. Rue will have to paint it and color match it to these other teeth. But
The King says, it's amazing to be able to catch it live after a long time when I haven't been on.
well, we just started up this, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
And last week fell poorly because of the holidays.
Is that another acknowledgement of my color matching?
You do good color matching. Ruth, can you hand me a pair of scissors? You have the scissor drawer near you.
Chad Flyboy Beasts, I'm gonna try and make St. Louis Trans World.
Sweet.
That's why they had lots of uppies.
Uppies.
Uppies. Been
So-
freezing all day. I put the sweater on and now I'm so warm.
So, Rue, you have 2 children at your house right now?
No, only one.
Only one.
Now. Cash went home yesterday.
Sames.
Got it.
Day before yesterday.
Stacy, you have one?
Yep, Gray's home until the 16th.
I see.
Gray, if you're still watching the live, am I allowed to announce what you're doing at Disney? She got her assignment.
Yeah? That's cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for her.
I always roll it to lengthen it, and then I fold it over a couple times, and then you give it a twist, and then you just do that like 5 or 6 times, and then you are thoroughly mixed.
Lauren asks, how many years does that mask have on?
This was not one of mine. This was sculpted by Lance Pope. This was made by Lance Pope. It's actually foam latex. And this mask is probably from, I would say, late 80s, early 90s.
So,
Incredibly good shape for being
nearly as old as me.
No.
She said that.
No.
I
No.
was born in 84.
You were born in 84?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chad
You
Flyboy.
think you'd be dumber.
Alan.
I'm glad to continue surprising you. Question?
young people are dumb. It's what they are. It's not their fault.
Chad Flyboy meant mohair, not mohair.
Okay, mohair. Got it.
Or we says Alan's collecting all the children's.
Mohair's a little fine. I don't like it because it's a little too wispy.
Christian Ty Edwards says, how was everyone's holidays? What did everyone do?
I had an amazing holiday.
Stayed home.
I stayed home like an old person, and it was great.
I hit all the family holidays and some extra ones. And it
Yeah, I
was
don't do any of that.
Austin Denny says, Stacy, your son's name is Gray, and my brother's name is Gray with me. This is my daughter, but yeah, G-R-A-Y. We've got a Grayson G-R-E-Y in the show as well. Christine Salvati says, Walt Disney, is she doing the college program? Yes, she is.
I too enjoy college.
Yeah. Ironside 87 says, that's awesome. I was born in 87. Edson Blue says, damn kids.
No kidding, Edson.
Horror Beauty asks, what's the average life of a latex mask?
Okay, a latex mask, if it's a working mask, I'd say you're going to get 5 to 7 years out of it if you take care of it. If it is a display mask, then you should be able to get 20 years out of it, depending upon the additives and such that they use in the latex. There are some fillers that they use in latex that actually will cause the latex to deteriorate faster.
Dan Moore says, hello all.
Hello, Dan.
Hi, Ryan.
The King says, Alan is right. The older you are, the wiser you get. Everyone that is young is still learning, so we're all done at one point.
The King, aren't you like 20? I remember that right?
No.
You're also a
not the
young.
king. King's older.
Chad Flyboy B says, yeah, the mohair is too fine and ended up using real hair. Looks like Saw movie mask. Christine, yeah, I'm excited for her. So she's heard nothing but great things about the Walt Disney World College program. Yeah, one of my cousins went through there, a couple of girls I worked with. I'm pretty stoked for.
That is super cool.
Yeah, she'll go back to college until spring break, and then after spring break, goes to Disney.
We're going to Disney, but like to work.
Yeah,
Completely different.
yeah. The king says 29, yeah.
Yeah, also baby.
I thought you were older.
I'm okay with that.
The king says, so yeah, 20.
7 years old.
But a wee baby.
Okay, this tooth broke off. I have enough here. Might as well get another one.
And once it's totally kicked, can you like sand?
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Or while it's wet, you can paint it with water, and water smooths it out.
Nice. Or just thinking for editing shape or whatever. Ezekiel says I must be just about genius status then.
I didn't say it's guaranteed, Edson.
Said your odds are better. That was
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Ezekiel. Well, that's... Or are you just referring it as that one?
I can't see the names.
So are we allowed to talk about what that possible theme might be?
Sure. And I don't. Do you think theme is still the best route?
I don't think so.
I think it's do 4 amazing things that are different.
Okay. How do you offer support for those things? Like you individualized?
You don't.
No.
They have to be so awesome they don't need support
Okay.
because they're not going to be part of a whole. They're going to be this thing is amazing.
Okay. Are we still thinking like wall decor and stuff as well, or?
As example, yes.
Okay. Custom Corpses says, wow, long time since I've been on with you guys. How have you been? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Crisis.
You got the hair on your nose, Mr. Wolfman.
The king says, Alan can rock a white beard and honestly never age. I don't know why, but Alan looks 35.
This is a poor quality camera, apparently. Broadcasted in 240p, I guess.
Funny you say that. We were watching videos from when Stacy and I started back here,
Who was?
and Alan's beard was
You made my
a
beard
different
gray.
color than.
You put some snow on your mountain. Ezekiel says, if you're doing a repair on a latex mask and the repair section is all hard and crispy, do you cut it off with new and do new latex, or do you latex over the top?
I cut it off. I just cut it out. Because any rot that stays in there, if it's wet and sticky, for sure cut it out. Because that's going to spread to anything new that you do.
Austin Denny says, I don't know, when I was 18 I knew everything, or at least thought so. Now I can't remember what color socks I'm wearing.
It's the thought so that's the big deal.
Edson Glued says, hey, Happy New Year all you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year.
Just black.
Christine Salvati says, Alan, do you have a solution for an airbrush paint that is translucent? I'm having a problem with paint making the glitter and sequins matte on my dresses. Dye is an evil I try to avoid if I can.
Okay.
What?
Are you trying to make paint translucent?
For an airbrush paint that is translucent already?
Read it one more time for me.
Do you have a solution for an airbrush paint that is translucent? I'm having a problem with paint making the glitter and sequins matte on my dresses. Dye is an evil I try and avoid if I can. So something that can spray over that will be translucent and shine?
You need to put something in it that's going to give it a little bit of shine. And a lot of them you can, they have a product called VMAT that you can put in and make your paint matte. Or there's a shine version of that. So it's an additive to the paint. They're matting down the sequins, or you just don't want them painted over? Oh, because the sequin is shiny because it's plastic.
Yeah.
Okay. I would try Future Floor Wax or Armor All, or what's the? I use Tire Shine quite a bit.
So you can tinting tire shine with paint,
Yeah,
just like
yeah, or just give it a coating after.
I can't think of the name of the tire shine.
Armor All?
Armor All's not shiny.
No, it's.
Custom Corpse just says, hey Alan, I didn't realize my Patreon account was closed down. I'll be fixing that in the coming days and I'll have to add you again, sending you funds.
Well, I appreciate your support. We're about to kick back off with, I think Shannon either made or posted Patreon content today.
Yes.
And do you know which one it is? Or you just know yes?
I think it is the loading of the.
Yeah, it's moving the laser, but do you know if it was posted today?
I guess I can look.
Hey, White. Did you post it? Would you get me some red? Sure. Do up his lips a lips.
It is scheduled to post.
Okay.
As well, yes. Moving the laser posts tomorrow. Thank you, Shannon. Cripps says you could try some mica dust. He uses it with resin.
You could, absolutely.
Yeah, the post that went up today is just letting people know there's gonna be some Patreon changes happening and say Happy New Year, all that jazz.
Well, from when we started Patreon a year and a half ago to now, oh no, a year ago, 2 years ago,
2 years ago.
2 years ago, the company has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So some things will have to change.
Yep. We're just doing different stuff now.
I did say this, Rue. How about a blue brush?
I just happened to be wedged in a corner. Tight blue or regular?
Huh?
Tiny blue or regular? We have two different sizes now.
Bring me 2 of each. Why do we have 2 sizes of blue?
You have two, they're cheap. One of them is a detail brush.
We have a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch?
Yeah.
Fine point and a chisel tip. I'm helping.
Oh, these brushes are communism.
Aren't I?
I like the flat ones.
Oh, I love those tight, tiny point ones. I guess I know there's a joke there.
You like to see how that's what you see in yourself, Rue.
Dark Hills European Mounts LLC says, Mr. Allen, how are you, good sir?
Hello!
Moving in evil.
I've been talking to European Mounts, boy, does that sound weird, for a while, and I owe them an invoice. Because they want a dragon skull
Ooh.
in the style of the phone.
Ooh. Yeah, right.
I think that would be fun to do, right?
Yeah. Custom Corpse says, hey, I have some great news. I was put on Ozempic, and my A1C is finally perfect, and the bonuses have lost 66 pounds so far.
That's
Nice.
great.
Congrats.
I'm actually down 20 pounds. I will share also.
Nice.
I'm down 20 pounds from when I started losing weight, which was about a month ago.
Hell yeah.
Doing it's called the slow carb diet. I
Oh,
really
wow.
like it because I like the food that it involves,
Yeah.
but also every Saturday you have to respike your calories and stuff, so you get a cheat day built in.
Yeah. Metabolic confusion.
Well, you don't want to go into like shutdown mode,
Yeah.
apparently.
So what's the difference in repair work that you have to do on something that is foam latex versus standard latex?
You have to stabilize the foam really well, and you're not gonna be gluing it back together with anything heavy because you're just hoping the cell structure is still there.
Yeah.
So the first thing that happened was Rue stabilized this with E6000 and naphtha
Okay.
mixed together, and then that sort of just sunk in and it's soaked up, and now it's got a nice rubber skin on the outside of it, whereas before it didn't have that.
Nice. Christine Salvati says, I make wedding dresses and there's nothing worse than glitter tulle. I have my own quarantine process or else it's easy to track all over the house.
So we're actually going to institute a white tax here,
Yeah.
because trying to keep something white, like I want to buy this thing for you, but it's white. Is it distressed? No. Then we charge more, because trying to keep something white is almost impossible in this shop environment.
Yeah.
With me working here.
Trying to keep those noodles
And me.
clean. There was a complicated elastic band system keeping them on the table so that it would not fall into the floor. Reese's Lovely Thoughts says hello.
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 Dark Hills European Mounts says I've been uploading very regularly myself as well.
Hooray.
Christian Ty Edwards says, Alan, are you open to sharing your weight loss method? My mom is wanting to try something new.
It's called a slow carb diet, is what it is. I read, so many years ago, I read a book called The 4-Hour Work Week by a guy named Timothy Ferriss. And that book, while I'm not going to follow it to the letter, was very helpful in just different ways of thinking. Well, he came out with a book on diet and exercise called The 4-Hour Body. And so in that book, he recommends and he didn't come up with any of this, he's a research guy, so he gathered data and did some research and is recommending the slow carb diet is what it's called.
Custom Course says, congratulations, Alan. Keep going. Don't give up. It's hard at times, but it's worth it.
I'm so fat. All I have to do is just not eat like a garbage can of food a day, and I'll lose weight. What I'm eating, like in my office right now, if you open one of my cabinets, it's like canned beans, it's canned chicken, because you get to work and then you're working and you got your head down, like now I'm starving, I have to get a burger, and I don't want to reach that point, so I'm just having to plan ahead a little bit.
Christine Salvati says, it's hard keeping the dresses white in a non-shop evening environment. I can't even imagine. I got dust on one the other day and now I have to wash it all by hand again.
Oof.
Woof. Yeah, I'm curious about your glitter quarantine method, Christine, if you'd be willing to
Glitter
share.
detox quarantine.
Yeah. Chad Smith says, what up, creeps? Hello, Hops.
Hello, Chad Smith. Chad Smith, did you find out your booth assignment? I haven't looked at the map.
Cora Beauty says, I thought of you the other day, Alan. My friend and I was talking about Buc-ee's, and what is the burger place? It's Whataburger. And
Whataburger.
and I had to tell him about a pocket burger.
Pocket burgers.
Yeah, Whataburger.
Any food that I want, I'm not going to cheat because I know I can have it Saturday. That's my cheat day.
Yeah.
So anything I want to eat, I can just eat Saturday. Now, in here, some of that cell structure of the foam is exposed. This doesn't have a good skin on it anymore. It's just too rotted. So I'm going to go in with heavy paint and paint that area and see if I can fill in. I'm just going to spackle.
Tank says, I thought you were going to say the 4-hour work week never got finished because he only works on it 4 hours a week.
No, I mean, in that, a lot of it is like outsourcing different things, but I do a lot of reading to better how I work. One of my favorite books was Alan Stern, or David Stern. David Allen Stern does dialect books, and I think Alan Stern, it's a book called The Art of Getting Things Done. And that was a very pivotal book as I moved from artist to management.
Chad Flyboy B says, I'm sorry, what was the hair you were using? I need to make notes.
So it's fun. This is fun fur, okay? But if I were doing this in wool, I would do this in caracal wool from a place called the Woolery.
Chad Smith says, no, I have not. I called Jen, but haven't heard back.
Okay.
Custom Corpses says, lots of small meals definitely helps keep the hunger at bay, and lots of water.
You know what? With me, it's not small meals; it's protein. This diet recommends 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, which is actually kind of hard to do. But when you do that, the protein is what really holds you. And I'm not hungry until lunch, which is, I'm eating now at like 7:30 in the morning for breakfast, and then lunch is at 1 p.m. So, and I have no problem going that long. I'm not even really hungry when lunch comes around.
Jason Hurst says, hello, Alan Creepers.
Hello.
Hello. Chad Smith says, hi, Stacy. Hi, Chad.
I'm drying my nose.
Giggity says, hello. Wolfie's looking like he's ready to prowl again.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Horror Beauty says, that's how I did it, Alan. Started at 250 pounds, changed diet and what I ate, planned, more food prep, and then bam, lost a lot of weight. The running, as you say, a gabillion miles helps too.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. You know, it's just, I know what works for me, and this is working for me, and I have ways of augmenting this when this stops working, so I'm already.
Mike Chers, I guess it's Mike Cherzanowski, says, hi guys.
Hello.
Custom Corpse says, wow, that's hard first thing in the morning. Getting that much protein.
Yeah.
What's your go-to breakfast protein?
Okay, well, another tenet of this diet is keep it boring.
Yeah.
In that, if you have to do a bunch of exotic prep or shop for exotic ingredients, you're more likely to fall off plan.
Yeah.
So a lot of what I do is like, in the morning I'll do, like this morning I did a can of black beans, half a can of black beans, 2 eggs, and some leftover pork chop. It's delicious to me, and that's delicious.
Christine Salvati, all right, here's the glitter quarantine. Have 2 sets of clothes, shoes, and a Dyson vacuum with a velvet head attachment. Don't leave the room. When finished, change clothes in the room, vacuum from the doorway in. That's a good, Lawrence's glitter airlock. That's impressive, Christine. Chad Flyboy B says, are the teeth acrylic or latex?
Okay, these teeth are dental acrylic. What I have replaced with is steel stick epoxy, and I'm just going to paint to match. Because this was, you know, sculpted and then done in a mold.
Horror Beauty says, I love the funny talk that FX artists have. The most bizarre thing I said to a client is, I'm waiting for your eyeball to dry.
Yeah.
Custom Corpses says, so I want to say hello to all of you out there, and I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and have a great New Year. You too.
Thank you.
Chad Smith says, Alan, how'd your holiday show go?
It went good. I was very happy with it. I got to go through it a couple times. We had decent turnout, so I can't really complain.
Fred Shea says, well, at least I was able to get on this time before we were almost done. Hello to you all. I hope you're well for the new year. I don't know why my bell is not notifying you that you guys are on.
Well, I'll notify you. Look, just like set a reminder. Alexa, set a reminder for 7 p.m. on Wednesdays.
What's the reminder for?
Still Peace Live.
Okay, I'll create a reminder for every Wednesday at 7 p.m. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. Because Lord knows what that notification is.
And
Also,
Lord knows who's listening.
If you're on Facebook, every time we go live, I'll share the live in the Something's Live Creepers Facebook group within moments of us starting. So if you missed the notification on YouTube, you can always check there. Christine Salvati, meet a client. Do you want stars in your blood?
How do you say no to that?
Crip says it's 8 o'clock in Toronto.
Well, then just reset your alarm.
What doing, Rude?
So, I am making bucks to go on our wall, which we may show you here. Oh, look, see, look, showing, yay! We're in something that was planned 6 years ago. So when I was hired by Alan, one of my very first jobs that he ever gave me was pour up one of everything of what we have. 6 years later, 7 years, I don't know, something, a lot. Years later, that job is still not done yet.
Yeah.
But it will be.
6 years? Something like that?
Yeah. So we are pouring them up. I am making bucks of everything so we have examples of what everything is. There's also has another reason behind it, and that is we have found out I am the only person besides Alan that pretty much knows the name of every mask. And even then, I'm still very questionable on a couple of things. So if I send somebody in the shop to go find me a certain mold and tell them to grab me, you know, Gordinator or Bat Creature or Man Bat, you know, that they don't know what those are exactly. So we're putting them up and showing them what everything actually is.
Did you spin the cameras? I can see the wall.
They did. And it's what is up there right now is only a small fraction of what we are doing. So
Cora Beauty says, love the masks on the wall. Lauren says, it's a really cool idea to benchmark yourself on your work. Giggity says, must be paid by the hour.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says, are you guys doing much work at the Hops Hacienda or mostly at the Haunt now?
Mostly what I'm doing at the Hops Hacienda is action figure stuff. All of my fun action figure things.
we don't really even go out there anymore.
They don't. I do. I live there.
Weed 'em.
Sarah Goff says, it's a 1 a.m. start in the UK, but I do my best to catch some live.
Well, we appreciate you.
Indeed. Custom Corpse says, do you guys work out of the home shop anymore? Just wondering, might need to walk through to see your new location.
We will get to the point of a walkthrough. We're still like touch and go, even like setting up. Like we didn't know that today's live was going to happen because we're having some technical difficulties, and it takes a while to get a live studio set up. And as soon as we get set up where we can move the camera around, I'll give you guys a little tour.
Yeah. But yeah, just keep getting more and more and more tasks to do, and just pouring up one of everything becomes a less important job to get done. Until now that we have really, really made it a priority.
There's probably other things you ought to be doing, in all honesty.
Shh.
Like what mask are you working on right now?
Real tiny stuff.
Who is that?
Leech Lord.
Let me see it.
If
I
you're
know the
just joining
difference
us,
between Leech Lord and Maggot
this is
King
our
now.
classroom space. Where we're at right now.
However, we have a Skaven mask and a rat mask. We have molds for both of them. After closer inspection today, they're the same mold.
Yeah. Yeah, just someone renamed it at one point. Ours is called Skaven. The one at Dark Hour was called Rat.
Yep.
Christine Salvati says, Stacy, do you miss the critters and the Shannon snacks in the house?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
In fact, we really missed this too.
Yeah, just being live, I missed.
Just hanging out with you guys and talking, and we really missed it a lot.
animals that are here are much less friendly.
Yeah, don't like it.
Custom Corpses says, sounds good, looking forward to watching you guys again and making stuff.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a journey getting things going here.
Yeah, but we just hit a year of being like here for real, and just got the laser moved in. I think that's the very last of it. Yeah, like
Pretty close, yeah.
The shelves, but
Yeah, we have shelves to grab.
Space Freak says, "Whoa, love the dual cameras." Crip says, "I really missed you guys being online because it gives me an excuse to sit down and do some sculpting." Well, listen, anything we can do to help. Scuba Steve says hi. Hi, Scuba Steve.
Hey,
Steve.
Sean Fenner says, did you say there was some sort of Patreon get-together at Transworld? If so, are there any details? It will be a Still East Live Creepers meetup, so not just the Patreon. And we do not currently have details yet, but we're talking with the hotel. But it will likely be what we've done before. Friday night? Thursday night? Friday night?
Yes.
One of those. Giggity says, oh, I see Godzilla -1 since that last stream. It was awesome.
Yeah, good movie.
Still haven't seen it yet.
It's a good movie that happens to have Godzilla in it. Okay, that is darker. I need brown though. I'm
Need
not gonna
brown?
get there with the colors I have.
Gotcha.
John C. says, Rue, are you going to label the masks with their names?
yep, they already are. Starting to.
And almost all those labels are right.
John Hayes says, hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, hi, how are you? So 4 really kick-ass things.
Yep.
All stilt?
Nope.
Space Face Freak 2 says, okay, as a horror / haunted house enthusiast, is Transworld worth it, or is it more geared towards professionals / haunt owners?
It's 100% geared towards professionals and haunt owners. However, why wouldn't you want to go there? Like, I'm not going to buy roller coasters at Disney or Universal, but I want to go there and see the roller coasters at Universal and Disney.
1980 says, Airwolf vibes. What's up, 1980?
Local shows are awesome. If you have a local show, support it, 100%. But Transworld's Transworld.
Giggity says, I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's a big lizard thingy in it.
Almost enough big lizard thingy.
There and there.
They're a little light on the big lizard thingy.
Custom Corpses says, you're so right, Crips. I'll be sculpting while I watch you guys as well. I'm still setting up my studio as well. Yeah, I definitely had a studio set up in the garage where I was watching you live sculpting before I started working. Lauren says, piggybacking on what Alan said, it's a beautiful visual experience like no other. Diane Verbal says, hello all, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all.
Where you going, Rue?
Phone call.
Oh, how about to put them on tea?
It looks like you're going in for a kiss. Give us a smooch.
I've kissed worse. Don't want to heat gun it because of this horror.
Yeah.
So see this big honk right here? That is to get the look of wolf chops, but it's not in the sculpt.
Oh, just
It's
built
all
on.
in the fur cowl.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Is it just a fold? Like,
it's got stuffing in it.
so you made a pocket.
Yeah, there's a pocket to get those big old wolfy chops.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
I want to see if we have eyes for this. I'll go ahead and put eyes in it.
So you're just gonna be static?
There's gonna be a static on that. Which we have some feet. No, I feed at the house. I have to bring here for this guy. But this is the display of this.
1980 says thumbnail for my.
I'll be kissing the werewolf.
Oh, yeah. Julie Tinsley says his lives are the only time I'm not working on something. That's fair too.
It's interesting. The hands come off, but they come off up here.
They're layered.
Yeah. So this needs to go together.
Did you used to wear this?
No, this was Lance Pope's.
Oh, wow, okay.
One of his first ones.
Oh, dang.
George.
George.
So we have some of that fur.
Custom Corpses says still looking forward to seeing Alan make a Wolfzilla. 1980 says check the apple drawer. They have everything.
I have a carrot drawer.
We do have a carrot drawer. Yeah, no apple drawer. We will definitely be.
Remember, this soup was made in the 80s
Yeah, definitely.
or early 90s.
I think you guys must.
More things change before they stay the same. This is the exact same fur.
They are
Yeah.
so much the same.
Not as old.
Jake Giggity says I have furry jowls too. I can relate to Wolfie.
Furryjowls.com. Don't Google that, guys. I don't know.
Just for the greater good.
Okay. You know where the hot glue gun is over here? Oh, it's in there.
It's probably been put up. Wasn't even by me this time.
I hate when they put things away.
1980 says body hair was a thing until 1991.
It's spoken from God, I'm like, it's still a thing if you're there.
It's still. Christine Salvati says, is that a scarecrow in the back? It is. It was.
Yes, yes it is. It's gonna be a voodoo thing from the Voodoo VIP.
Gig Giggity says body hair's making a big comeback. Yeah. Back in flesh.
Okay. Well, cut a few pieces.
When my mother calls me, I always worry, especially I just talked to her a couple of days ago. But no, she got her Christmas present.
Hey Ruth, those teeth,
Yeah,
get on that.
get on with it.
Everything I'm mixing is way too bright. Now, I might have done the right color pre 20 years of aging.
Yeah.
I think what Rue is doing is more interesting. Don't forget to talk to people, Rue.
I won't forget them top.
You might have
I was just waiting. So, color matching these, and the real trick about this is that these were translucent at one point.
Correct. Yeah. They used to be.
Cousin Corpse says Wolfzilla. I remember a conversation about what Godzilla's doing by a werewolf. Nice days to make a werewolf. Christine Salati says it's already looking cool. I love organic crops. They have such a great woodsy feel to them. Edson Glute says I'm feeling like cowboy running on a hallway soon. KTV says Rue Cam.
Ooh, Cam.
Come together, Rue Cam. Nice days says got me Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl would help.
Got me Bruce.
I don't know if the Pearl I have would mix with this very well. The latex paint.
Edson Glute says, have anyone thought of writing the names of the masks on the mold along with the wall hanger?
We do.
Yep, they're all there.
They just rub off sometimes.
And then what side do you see, you know?
Nice Day says pearl white to restore translucence.
Yep.
In theory.
Oh no. John Hayes says, don't use real animal organ. Animal organ. I helped out in a haunted house ages ago. Someone brought in real organs in jars, and they started leaking. I had a cow's head in my room, and they had to spray. Blech.
I have a haunt owner that I worked for that hung an entire rotting horse head to tailbone spine. So head all the way down to the tailbone spine that was literally rotting in the front of his haunt for a long period of time. And it was quite possibly the most terrible thing I've ever had to deal with.
I can only imagine flies.
Bucket full of rotten feathers.
I was
Whoa.
so mad.
Rotten feathers. Blech.
Yep, that's a smell.
I think we're just going to do this werewolf al fresco, as I don't have his pants. So, by the way, I use the term al fresco to mean naked. I don't know that anyone else does. I learned it from Harry's father on an episode of Night Court.
Lauren says seems pretty safe. Christine Salvati says you must have been able to smell that horse through the whole show. Nasty.
Oh yeah, sure could.
I
Nurse.
don't even like to use any food.
And that haunt was about the size of a football field. And it was, you still could smell that horse just about everywhere in that show.
Sean Tucker says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Gig Giggity says the flies really sell the dead horse prop. Yeah.
The worst part was it was right next to the exit door. Like on the front facade of the haunt. The entrance door was on the left, the exit door was on the right, and it was right there next to the exit door.
Gross.
And people would exit in mass coming by it into the midway. So they'd bring that smell with them out into the midway as they came out. Yeah.
Hey, it's Keeb Weebs. He says Bamf.
I don't think I've argued against a single thing so hard and failed in my entire haunt career.
Know Your Joe says Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you.
Excuse me. Chad Smith says, who needs froggy scents when you have that ear on?
I would want Froggy Sense covered up.
Custom Corpses says, we're having a little trouble hearing your reading of the comments. That's probably because they've moved the mic away from you a bit. Sorry.
Just read along.
Such a hard color.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I knew I needed brown.
Needed a touch of red to it. But like the teeny tiniest, smallest amount.
It's wafer thin.
Wafer thin.
Edson Gluth says, R.I.P. Harry Stone.
Yep,
That's right.
just passed away.
Yes, several years ago.
Cobwebs asks, is that the Lance Wolf?
Yes.
Nice and 80 says, Stacy ASMR is on the premium site. Yeah, that's my OnlyFans. It's just reading Stephanie voice. Giggity says, follow the bouncing skull to read along.
I should put out so many people tell me that they watch my videos to go to sleep. I should put out like one of those calming sleep
Yeah.
videos.
You just read a story.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just talk.
Yeah. When I was doing that voice for the Lizzie Borden character,
Uh-huh.
on the first pass of that character, Robert Alcala was like, I could just listen to you do this all day. It's very soothing. Brian Lippert says hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
That was way more than I needed.
Okay.
Cobweb says hello, third world.
Now I'm going to try to button up this guy. There's snaps. There's two snaps. Here's the snaps. And here's the other snaps. Try it together. I'll squeeze it together, and you.
Chris and I already tried, Alan.
If I had a nickel.
Well, you guys are smart enough to quit before me.
Before tearing an irreplaceable costume. Oh, jeez.
I've got it. Can you get your hands in there and snap it?
No.
Don't walk away. Don't you walk away from me, werewolf.
Teamwork
It's
makes
there.
the dream work.
You really do have it.
Hang on.
Ow.
Take the pressure off. It's not what it looks like.
It is exactly what it looks like.
We'll do the top one.
Hold on. Got it. Got that one.
Cobweb says, lace it up like a girdle. Crips, that is awesome. He says they're starting to shoot another season of What We Do in the Shadows. I'm so excited.
These pliers. Those line 24.
I don't think that snap quite works the way it used to.
Okay, let it go. Oh,
Freedom?
I gotta take off my hoodie. I'm hot now.
Yeah. Custom Corpses says, so what kind of projects are on the upcoming lives?
Making things. I'm not entirely sure, and I won't really know, kind of until we get there. But fun stuff.
John Hayes says, Cabin in the Woods Wolf looked alive, the one the girl kissed on the wall. Yeah. Dead End Yard Hunt says, what up, y'all? Giggity says, with all that fur, you pretty much have to go with snaps over the zipper.
Yes. It's like
You wouldn't even hear it. It'd just fall apart in your hands.
it's made of soft.
Know Your Joe says, I'm going to make a point to start
Fun
working on
stuff.
our Halloween display really early this year, so it will be up by October 1st, 2024.
Sweet.
Heck yeah.
Here, 5 points. You can try to get snaps.
John Hayes says, attach magnets instead of buttons or snaps.
It's
I
really.
don't,
Go ahead.
I don't need this.
To ever come
Got
off again.
Let it go. Let it do what it's doing.
Whoa! These are fine.
Easy there, killer. Chad Smith says, I have a question about the Haunter classes. Will you have one on haunt management?
We will. The first couple are more tactile skills. It'll probably be next year before we go fully into haunt management. But we do intend on doing that. Or you got pretty dang close on this color.
Crip says, I'm sculpting a monkey's paw for the show right now.
That's cool.
Lauren says, Rue lost his hand to a wolf.
I lost my hand to a wall like 4 months ago. I set off the alarm here at dark hour,
For fun.
and I'm not allowed to take the hoodie off. Love will yell at me.
Oh, you wore a nice sweater.
Yeah, I set the alarm off, and I knew I had 30 seconds to try and get up to the front to shut it off. All of the lights were off in the haunt, and I came in the back doors here, but the control panel was on the other side of the building. So I tried sprinting through the haunt to make it to the control panel in time, and long story short, I ran my thumb into the wall in the process, and jammed the heck out of it, and still has not healed. And I didn't even get the alarm shut off in time.
Yeah.
Christine Salvati says, everyone else is being productive making art during the live, and I'm just here watching the OG Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Giggity says it's a hard life being a werewolf, so I'm told. 1986 thumbnail now. Julie Tinsley says, just remind the mannequin not to take a deep breath.
Have fun. Don't mind approaching.
Ross Richard says, Rue looking at that howling wolf butt. Cobweb says, Tyr lost his hand to a wolf.
To Fenris. He could break all the chains, and they're like, here, try this one, the thin golden thread that the gnomes had made. And he's like, well, this is definitely magic, so I'll let you test it on me if someone will put their hand in my mouth. And Tyr was like, oh, sure, no problem, knowing he was going to lose his hand.
Choices were made. John
Tough guy choices.
John Hayes says, what's the name of the fur material called?
Okay. This is just, it's fur by the yard. In the industry, we call it fun fur.
Giggity says, Rue, you had one job, bro. One.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, his pants are snapped onto his top now too.
Really?
So
That's refreshing.
now he's stuck together.
Oh,
Man, this costume is warm. Like, just look at
it's
this
built
thing.
on long johns.
oh my.
Like, built on long johns, 2 to 3 inch foam, pretty much everywhere. If not thicker even than that.
I like his
Like-
tail.
Like some of these muscle parts, it's real thick foam.
Know Your Joe asks, do y'all cool the rooms down with the werewolves in them to help the actors withstand the heat of the costume?
So I did not turn the heat on in the building until after the Wreck the Hall show, because we have a lot of Krampuses and fur costumes and things. So kind of, yes.
We also have ice vests that go in all of our hair suits so that our characters don't overheat.
And we would never make an actor wear a costume like this.
We're mean, but we're not that mean.
With our suits, this was the 80s, early 90s. This was a haunted house. This was not a movie. So Lance did not have access to the things that even movies had access to. Now everybody has access to everything.
1980 asks, what if you just add a cover panel over the seam so you don't have to fight it?
That's what I am doing. If I could snap it, I wanted to snap it.
Lauren says, gotta be up in a couple of hours. I'll catch you guys later. It's very nice being able to catch the lives. Y'all have a good rest of your night.
You too, thank you.
Good night.
The funny thing about these bottom snaps here also, Alan, on this suit, is they alternate which way the snaps face.
Which is smart.
Oh, I guess for stress.
Yeah. Don't yank. Don't yank. Christine Salvati says, I feel that. My werewolf is also a full muscle suit, and I call it the sauna suit. I can't wear it over 73 degrees, even with the cooling vest. Yeah. The beginning of the season when our air conditioning was not working was brutal. Ross Richard.
I don't want to know.
I'm not reading it out loud. Look at me, getting gold stars. So this is built on Long John's, all upholstery foam buildup, yeah?
Yes, it's a set of long johns with upholstery foam buildup on top of it, creating the muscle structure. And then old school thick fun fur covering all of that.
She's thick.
And it's painful.
Oh, the captions. Because I said she's thick. And
Oh.
it definitely said covering all of that. That wasn't me. That was the caption. Ezekiel Bradshaw asks, what's the best glue to use if you want to stick a vinyl mask to a plastic mannequin head? Please and thank you.
Oh, vinyl's tough.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Contact
All
cement.
Alan.
Contact cement's probably your best bet, but vinyl just sucks. Understand that.
Staples.
You might even try like a PVA glue. Or if you have access to vinyl hot glue sticks, that would probably do it.
Dead End Yard Haunt says, so it looks like Werewolf Wednesday there.
Indeed.
Cobweb says, I saw that. No, you didn't, Cobweb. Ross Richards says captions for the win. This is what happens when you let robots take people jumps.
You totally should have said that in robot voice.
This is what happens when you let people take robot jobs.
Oh, I see what
Robots
you did there.
take people jobs.
I think we see there.
Ezekiel says, so it's not just me that thinks vinyl sucks, Major.
Vinyl sucks. I don't work with vinyl masks if I can help it. Also, vinyl will shrink over time.
It's the werewolf loincloth.
Just out here, Donald Duck in it.
Cobweb says, contact cement most definitely, not Super 77 or 90, at least on upholstery vinyl.
Now, they do have high strength 90, which is supposed to be meant for vinyl, but I was trying to glue vinyl boots together with it, and I was not pleased with my results.
Cripps says you could use a vinyl floor adhesive to stick that vinyl head.
like an RFP adhesive.
John Hayes says you sound like Alexa. Yep,
So much.
quality robot voice. Ezekiel says, so vinyl mask sale it will be. I can't be bothered fighting that fight.
Yeah, modifying vinyl is difficult.
Crip says yes, confirming your final glue assessment. Cobweb says 90 is really hot glue. It will come undone later on probably.
Okay. So that's getting his body in better shape.
Cobweb says it's great on carpet and jute padding. John Hayes says, have you guys made escape rooms or been in one?
Yeah, we have an escape room here, Dark Hour, and we're working on a second one right now.
1980 says, why does that suit remind me of that one guy at the beach?
Because you go to the wrong beach.
Yeah.
Edson Glute-
That lost his beach ball. He left it over there.
Edson Glute says, thank you, Ozbot, aka StacyBot. Ezekiel says, just want to say cheers to the Pope family. I miss Rodney, we shouldn't forget him.
Oh, man. You know what? I have a couple pairs of scissors that he gave me, and I thank him every time I use them.
Now,
I miss that guy.
is Rodney and Lance related?
No,
No.
Oh, different Popes.
different popes.
Different folks for different folks.
Chad Smith says, it's strange, it's been a long time since being on watching a live stream, yet it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, that's what it ought to be like, I hope.
Yeah. Listen, I have the ADHD that comes with the no friendship degradation, no relationship degradation thing. So like people I don't see for years, and I just pick up like it was just yesterday that we talked.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, except if you ring me up after 5 years just to ask for something,
Oh sure.
then that's kind of weird.
Oh, that's context.
Then I don't know.
Like that's not like hey man, how you been? I just thinking about you, blah blah blah.
Wow, just brushing this out makes such a difference.
1980 says Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz.
Get your pump. You are. John Hayes says, how would you guys go about making a mirror maze?
No.
I would.
I won't say that.
You tape out 60, 120, and 30-degree angles on the ground. You build a triangular grid, and then you build your panels to be 4 foot 7 inches. So you get the 4x8 mirrors, and you add the 3.5 inches on each side. Because when you run it on a diagonal, it takes up more space. And just build your panels along your grid. Very expensive. Or you can use garden mylar over top of something like masonite or MDF that is really smooth. It's going to be warped mirrors, but you'll kind of get the idea.
Custom Corpses says, hey Alan, do you have any videos on the complete making of a werewolf costume?
No, I don't. That is a big endeavor. Maybe one day. Well, technically yes, but they're not all put together.
Yeah.
Like I have fursuit videos, I have mask videos, I have sculpting and molding videos, and it takes all those skills to make it happen.
1980 says, we will pump you up.
Indeed. Go ahead and get Rue brushing out. I'm going to look for eyes real quick.
Alright. Ezekiel says, mirror maze in Dark Hour has my face DNA all over it. I think it was the best ever.
Hooray! It probably still does too. We don't wash it as often as we should.
This year we replaced a broken mirror panel in the center of the maze with a piece of clear, is it just acrylic or Lexan, something like that?
Yeah, clear clear acrylic.
Yeah,
So there's one you can just see through.
yeah, and people ran into it a lot. It was delightful.
And also, real fun to pretend like you're their reflection
Yeah. They don't like that.
on the other side of it, and then do something that they don't.
Yeah, we have a new face plant mirror spot now. Outside of the mirror house. It's delightful.
Oh yeah, two of them.
Two of them, yeah.
Two of them. Was just one. Now it's two. I watched somebody get it good. Whew.
At Christmas?
Yeah.
Nice. 1980 says, now I have an experiment to try and stretch clear plastic on a frame and spray it with Rust-Oleum mirror paint. Ooh. That'd be fun. I wonder if it would just crackle if you pressed on the plastic.
I just went there just for eyes because I have a dark hour.
Yeah, and that's where eyes have lived previously.
But my eyeball drawers are here.
I was gonna say it too.
I was confused as well, but you know, Masato case, it's good to see y'all. Hope everyone is good. Hi, Masato. We're doing good. Bum, bum, bum. John Hayes says, I've run into sliding doors as a kid, even almost going through screens as a kid. Woof. Yeah. A clean sliding door is a dangerous thing.
What do we think of these?
I don't hate those.
Betcha Alan goes with these. I don't know. I wish there were ones with bigger pupils. Those kind of look like they're
It's a little beady-eyed.
psychotic.
A little beady-eyed. Masato says, love it. Custom Corpses says, I would love to see the process of putting the foam muscles onto the long john.
Okay, so I have a video for that. It's monster chest something.
something.
Dead End Yard Haunt says, you got your father's eyes. Take those away from them.
Here. I'll take some.
Oh. Almost positive you don't have a second one of it.
No, that pupil's way too big. This, I have two of these in my car, but my car's not here.
Check these.
That's what I have in my car. Those are great.
There you go.
1980 says, sorry, the first eyes look like acorn caps.
These are mountain lion eyes. You can't hide your mountain lion eyes. That is why I shall keep it my day job.
Yeah, those are goofy. Two larger pupils have the same problem.
Much of the time is also a night job.
Often in my job.
Need a little EVA cap to glue these two.
$19.80 says cabochons and a color printer.
Yep.
We have done.
Well, that's how we do the nose.
Like a handful of those right there.
John Hayes says, wasn't that on a morph suit you made long ago? The muscle suit?
Yes. Yep. That technique won't really change.
I have one in my office right now.
Festival of Fears says, how was your Christmas hunt?
It was good. It was good.
How about y'all?
Yeah, how was your guys' hunt?
Cannot complain. Not quite the numbers I wanted, but broke 500, so I
Call it a win.
won't complain too much.
Dead End Yard Hunt asks, have you gotten a booth for Texas Honors Convention yet?
I believe we took care of that earlier today.
I have to see if I'm gonna be in the Bahamas or not.
First world problems.
I know.
What brings you to the Bahamas?
My in-laws have decided that that's a thing
That's where you're going?
they want to do.
You said, you're allowed.
Yeah. They're like, we should all go to the Bahamas, and I was like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we totally should.
We totally
You're
should.
paying, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I don't know if you know
why
this
I'm
or
not in the
but
Bahamas right
I
now.
am an artist.
Boy, brushing them out does wonders.
I'll just kick a lot of the dust out of them anyways, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest we hit him with the
The old poof.
air blaster.
Oh, I don't. Whew.
Put a dust mask on first.
Enjoy the 80s.
Festival of Fear says ours was fantastic. Snorted cocaine off of a werewolf once. Ours was fantastic. Our highest rated one to date. Thanks for all the great work you do.
Hooray! They actually bought some costumes from us for their holiday show.
1980 says, have any tie stuffies? I steal the giant plastic eyes for my project for good for the collection.
Not as bad as I expected, actually.
John Hayes asks, can you build a moving fortune teller? The real ones are so terribly expensive.
Like a Zoltar? Yes, I could build one. It would be so terribly expensive. There's a reason why it's expensive.
Not so bad.
For probably significantly less than you could buy one, you could rent a real live one.
Yeah, just hire a person.
Custom Corpses asks, what type of clear glue do you use in the cabochons and the printed eyes?
E6000.
Festival of Fear says your Krampus costumes, the Yeti, the Gnome, and the Snowman were a huge hit.
Hooray.
Oh.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Because we hate making snowmen. If we get an order for a snowman, we're like, oh.
Custom Corpses says sticking the printed eyes onto the cabochons, what type of glue?
E6000.
The E6000.
The yeah. It's really it's not so much that we hate making snowmen. I mean it is, but what was that one year we had?
We had 14 snowmen.
Yeah,
It's a rather
14
lot of
snowmen in 1 year, and by the end of it, we were very done with making snowmen. By the end of it, Alan was paying me to make snowmen individually.
Come here and do this. I'm not doing it.
Festival of Fear says we were very impressed with the ball size of the snowman.
Yes, and you know what? That was they had an abnormal ball size. Actually, you had bigger balls than normal. I mean that.
It's true. Totally true.
Masato K says, ooh, E6000 is pretty good stuff.
Yes, it also squeezes out nicely, and it doesn't yellow through the cabochon that fast.
This is a good looking werewolf.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says that costume is dope as hell.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right.
So the,
Shannon Hobbs said, oh my lord.
so the hands for it are here, and these are a little tiny for me,
Teeny tiny hands.
but
That we put this costume on this big of a mannequin is insane also. This costume is meant for somebody that's like,
yeah, Lance was like 5'8", 5'9". I think closer to 5'8". But
was not
there's
meant
these
for
gloves, and they have really hard acrylic nails. So I actually have I have one glove coming that I'm going to sculpt the match to it. And then I'll mold these nails so it's as close to the original as possible. These are going to be a little bit tough to restore. See how cut that is? Cut. The palm is really ripped. So that'll be tough.
1980 says, do you use beach balls and paper mache for snowman bodies?
No, we
No.
do a pattern. We cut it out of couch foam, and then we reinforce the couch foam, and then we do white fur over top of that, and then we hit the white fur with a heat gun, and that shrinks it down into a snow-looking substance.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for the E6000 link. John Hayes says, was it only snowmen? Any snow women?
No snow women.
Because technically, all of our snow people were made sans genitals, so it could go either way.
I drew a wang on the inside. Every snowman has
Secret
a hand-drawn festive wang with snowballs.
you're gonna have Alex running to go look at it.
Yeah, put your head inside the bottom snowball. It's up under the lip. You'll see.
Dead End Yard Hunt says, what a buff wolf.
They are snowmen, after all.
1980 says, those look like my Predator gloves.
No one says, hey, let's go build a snow gender neutral. No one says that. I guess people do now, probably.
People totally do now.
Cat Swift says, Shannon, last week you were there, it was calm and proper. Now the kids are back and leading Alan astray. Shannon says,
Okay, I need to traverse the face with the lights.
Aaron Stoliker says, Festive Wang is definitely a band name. Masato K says, snowman, complete with icicle. Festival of Fear says, we need to go check ours. Chad,
See?
Chad
Told
Smith
ya.
says, too late, Shannon. And we're back here fully on super
If it has hand-drawn art, then it's worth more when I die, right?
Yeah.
And they're all original.
Yeah, he doesn't sign anything. He just draws festive wangs on them.
Yeah. This is from his festive wang period.
This is from the Blue Balls period.
Don't over-mist with blue, that's important.
It is known. Then you gotta try and back it down with white, that's the whole thing.
For a while, every snowman is just a pair of giant hairy balls. That is 100% true. And then you hit them with a heat gun and they start looking like
Snowy.
snowmen.
John Hayes says, I wonder if Bigfoot makes snow angels.
I know he makes snow tracks.
1980 says, you need 6 inches to build a snowman. Any less, that's a snow woman. Silly Zombie 666 says, yo.
Yo indeed.
831.
Tea.
These guys have these werewolves of Lances have a very light face. And then, like a dark airbrush shading to pull them back.
Do you have pics of this guy in his prime?
I do.
Nice. We'll have to throw those up on the Creepers or maybe on Patreon.
If you go to Running Wolf Productions,
Yeah.
that is a website. Those are guys who worked with Lance and who continue making suits in the Lance style.
That's awesome. Silly Zombie 666 says, incoming to Transworld, pocket biscuit instead of a pocket burger.
I would enjoy a pocket biscuit.
Yeah, listen.
So-
Biscuitville is calling my name.
When me and Shannon find something surprising, every now and then we'll say, it's a biscuit. Because there was a day at the end of fair, and I'm taking off my Alfred clothes, and Alfred has this pouch from his tabard where I just stored stuff. And I'm taking all this stuff out from the day, and I didn't know I had a biscuit, so I'm like, it's a biscuit! I was very happy to see a biscuit. And then I ate it. It was the end of a fair day where you'll eat anything.
Chad Smith.
Been there.
Chad Smith, we're teaching our children a thing called don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Valid. Grab some black ink and a brush and hit this nose for me.
Sure.
However, yeah, as soon as you come back, I'm gonna go print out a couple of photos for the airbrush work.
I have high gloss spray.
But I want to paint it with the black ink.
Black ink?
Yeah, that'll help it too.
Yeah, it's like that, especially that spray on that.
The ink is blackety black.
1980 asked, is there eyebrows on this wolf?
No. Nope.
Tank says, I
Up
think
until the mid 90s, bad guys didn't get eyebrows. Prosthetic makeups didn't get eyebrows. You don't get those.
it is known. Tank says, I think I've heard of Festive Wang. Didn't they sing her knees knobbly not?
You couldn't even finish a sentence without laughing,
I
Stacy.
know, I'm sorry. Sean Fenner says, have you ever recycled an old costume / mask to build an animatronic?
Yes, we have.
Festival of Fear says, Alex just taught himself how to run in stilts. Any tips for learning how to jump?
Put stilts on and jump. It's not tough. You just have to.
Get a crash pad?
No fear. How's that sound? That's what you need. All right, now Rue can entertain you with his wily antics. I'm going to print out a reference photo for the airbrush.
That's wet paint.
Put your hand right down in it, huh?
Yep.
I was working over there.
He does this.
How's that nice new sweater?
Shh.
John
I can hear
Hayes
you.
says this wolf looks a bit Arctic in color palette.
Very dark.
Quite dark.
I mean, very light right now, and then it will go into a lot of
He's gonna airbrush the crap out of it.
airbrush.
Kid Giggity says, Rucan. Silly Zombie 666 says, you guys have gotten me addicted to Biscuitville. The last 2 months I haven't been able to leave the house due to back issues and I've been craving Biscuitville so much. I'm telling you, man, that balloon
We
biscuit.
only get it
we
once
only
a
get it
year,
once a year.
so. The fact that you can just go get it whenever you want.
Crips, I'll ask him about the dogs when he gets back. But also Shannon is in the chat, so it's possible she can weigh in on how the dogs are doing since they're away so much. Though fortunately they also have the option of working from home fairly frequently, at least one of them, so.
Quite often they tag back and forth on which one's coming in.
Yeah. Is it raining?
Might be.
I'm gonna look, 'cause I can. Nope. It sounds like it's raining. Shannon, they were just asking about how the dogs are doing while you guys are gone so much now.
Stacy, can you hand me that brush again? The hairbrush.
The Herbush.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh wait, maybe she means she's in the chat.
Just continuing to brush this guy out a little bit more. It makes such a giant difference. I swear you don't look a day past 20 years old. Damn impressive when you think that it's 30-year-old mask.
Next day says show of hands. Who's had piercings caught in their costumes? Shannon says they're doing fine. We have a late night like tonight. They'll get guilt treats when we get home. They know we're coming back because we did not take a suitcase. They know the drill. And they're gonna put on the biggest, saddest crocodile tear faces. You were gone forever. Better get
It
me a
is
really
hilarious.
good snack.
They pull out a suitcase out at their house, and all of the dogs start moping around.
Mm-hmm.
Like won't get out of the way, just moping around.
They know you're leaving. So sad. Oof, it did get colder though.
I'm glad I put on a second sweater.
Yeah, same. Today is their gotcha day? Oh my gosh. They were such tiny little fuzz sausages.
Oh, they were so tiny.
When Alan and Shannon decided, we're going to pick up 3 puppies, baby puppies, and house train them all at the same time. Choices were made. You give those sweet puppers a birthday treat from me.
I wish I could make this guy's goatee longer.
I mean,
He needs more
could maybe patch in some underneath.
beard.
Connie Hart Pierce says, "Oh, I remember the gotcha day." Yeah, it was an exciting day.
Dang, this is a cool mask.
Shannon says, "Let's be clear, that was all Alan. He couldn't choose, so he brought all of them home." Oh, he's such a big old softie.
This is my shocked face.
Cobweb says, technically it was 2. Alan brought all 3 home. Crip says, "I wish I had a dog. I just haven't got the time for one. I know them feels." Space Face Freak 2 says, "Our dogs will attempt to lay on top of our suitcases to keep us from packing and hopefully from leaving." Yeah, our cats will get into our suitcases. Like, "Hi, I live here now." You're like, "No, you don't." You've forgotten to pack the most important thing. Me. Festival of Fear says, "Do you know any tricks to help make combing fursuits easier?" Yes. Metal combs.
Metal combs. Really wide tooth brushes.
Really, yeah, nothing like, this is actually not ideal for this because it's got the little balls on the end, but we have not acquired one yet, but we've talked about getting one of the unbrushes that has been crazy on TikTok and trying that out. You can, depending on how much fur you've got to comb out, do like a doll spray for it, which is like a mix of fabric softener and water.
Yep.
And spray that in to help detangle it a bit.
It'll also make any synthetic hair look way better.
Yeah.
If you use it on your wigs and that type of thing, like, it'll make your wigs look 1,000 times more realistic.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, fabric softener and water. Downy or whatever you have around. Anytime I got a wig, especially super cheap ones, I used to just fill up a sink with water, dump in about 2 cups worth of fabric softener in it, throw the wig in there, and just let it sit for probably 4 hours. And take it out, comb it all out. Look a lot better.
Yeah, there's another, like a set of brushes that they sell on Amazon. One of them is like a loop brush. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. For wigs, and it's like this guy. And that's part of a 2-brush set. The other one is metal. Wig brush for synthetic hair.
A lot of the newer fun fur and things has a lot longer hair than this has too, which this is working great on this because the hair is only an inch long probably in most spots.
Dead End Yard Hunt says, need some hair gel. 1980 says, wonder if anyone's used a Flowbee in fur costuming. That's the trim,
Mhm.
the suck cut.
I have had my hair cut with Flowbees before.
That's hilarious. Jordan Easel says, hi, Rue.
Hello.
I'll tell him you said hi when he gets back. Diane Verval says, slicker brush for dogs works great. Yep, absolutely. Dead End Yard says, or some werewolf mousse. Floof, floof, floof. Old dusty hair is
This hair is so aged.
yeah, it is a textured nightmare. I don't even want to think about touching that.
Yeah.
It hurts my brain. Yeah, getting all the hair suits brushed out is a huge pain in the butt. But they need it, like, you know, especially if you're
Oh, yeah.
washing them.
They come out of the wash and they're rough.
And there's just kind of not a great way around it because anybody you put in them, they're hot. Like you're gonna be sweaty.
They're gonna be hot and sweaty, yeah. They're gonna need to get washed.
Jordan Easel says, I just made an omelet with cream cheese, cheddar, sauteed jalapenos, bacon, and bagel seasoning. That sounds really good. And
What
now
was
I'm
it?
hungry. An omelet with cream cheese, cheddar, sauteed jalapeno, bacon, and bagel seasoning.
I'd eat that on cheat day.
Yeah, I think that sounds terrific. 1980 says, April Fool's prank, wear a werewolf
Wow, that's
costume into
really
Petco and
good.
ask about grooming prices.
Yeah, so we need to go lighter with our base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he real pale.
Yeah.
Jordan Easel says, hi, faux papa.
Hello, Jordan. And we will be using the airbrush.
Ooh.
So,
Do you need to move?
you want to bring the airbrush over?
Yep.
Festival of Fear says, combing fursuits has become our new arm day. Legit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
John C. says, in Wolfman movies, during transformation, hair, teeth, and nails grow. Changing back, they evaporate to nothing instead of falling off. Fancy. yeah, Jordan talked about that omelet, and I'm like, now I'm hungry. I had lunch before I came in, or I guess
I
as I came in.
ate at 6 o'clock knowing I was going to be live tonight.
Oh, clever boy.
Or that pre-planning.
Look at you. Jordan Easel says he loves it when I call him faux papa.
There's a way to make it weird. Jordan will do it.
It is known.
So there's a little bit of roughness because of how much of these lips I had to rebuild, but that just looks like those little bumps on dog lips, so it works out.
Shannon says, come get snacks.
They're working.
We only got 15 minutes left. I'll survive. Giggity says, I'm heading to Whataburger now. Oh, that's just cruel.
What? Burger.
The Baja Blue and Shadow Gray.
Okay.
Think we're gonna need black too?
You have it already here.
Oh, I do. Well, yes, yeah, and
I don't have it set up at a
no. I
bottle.
was like, it's not in an airbrush.
Ezekiel
again, if
says,
you
have
wanted
you
to
heard
get
about the
fine
chat
wine
of
anyway.
the making a movie about the inn in American Werewolves in London?
I've not heard that.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
The Slaughtered Lamb Pub.
Jordan Easel says, I'm sure you'd enjoy a horror video. Talk to horror video. Never mind. So I really enjoyed that airbrush class the other day.
The what?
The airbrush class?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is rare that I get to use the dual action because everything we use back here is all single action.
Because they last forever.
It's definitely more finesse.
Yeah.
Cobwebs and Candlesticks says the slaughtered lamb. Yeah. Big fun.
Very.
Now we go shoot. $19.80 says, do they make service animal vests in gorilla size? Asking for a friend.
If I could have a gorilla as a service animal, I probably would do it.
1980, I bet you could just get a crossing guard vest and put a service animal patch on it.
Does 1980 have access to a gorilla?
Well,
God, I hope not.
Could I show up at trials a little bit? No, it's my service animal. You have to let me in.
I was sent a commercial. Have you seen the commercial for the Uranus Fudge Factory that's going around?
No.
I mean,
It is
I have
every
seen,
bit as classy as you think
I
it
have
is.
Yeah.
seen a commercial for the Uranus Fudge
Well, this one
Factory.
stars the mayor of Uranus.
Yep, I have seen that one.
I love
Go
that
ahead,
place
say it.
so much. I love that place so much.
You love your what?
Uranus Fudge Factory.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Ezekiel says apparently it's a prequel based on the werewolf that bit the two Americans. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Listen, anything that chomps an American. Cobweb says, yeah, but John Landis has passed, so it might tank.
Yeah, yeah. They also somehow they forgot how to make movies. So
Absolutely.
1980 is cracking up. Linda Tuttle says, I learned about airbrushing using a double action, and funny that I struggle a little with a single action.
anyone who learns on a double struggles with a single.
Yep. It's actually funny. Boston and Teddy, who are both fairly good airbrushers. Boston and Teddy is very accomplished airbrushers. Really struggle with a single action.
Okay, so just blacking lips, nose, and around the eyes has done quite a bit for its countenance.
Yeah. Dark Red Rose says, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Jordan Easel asks, is this part 2 of the werewolf costume restoration?
Yes. But we say, part deux!
I did not realize that, that we were doing werewolf costume restoration part 2, so it's just called First Live in the Year. Thank you, 1980, who just sent me the Uranus Fudge Factory commercial in question.
How do you think I saw it? There's so little paint on this brush, I'm having to kind of scrub in the color, but that's what I want.
I'll get soaked into that a little bit.
Yeah, it filled in some of it. You saw how heavy that paint was?
Oh, yeah.
This color right now, for some reason, reminds me of an old Don Post mask called Timberwolf, which came out in, let's say, 94, 95. Good mask.
Jordan Easel asks, do y'all like spicy food? This omelet of mine is surprisingly mild.
We are from Texas.
That's the blue.
I also enjoy spicy food.
It's been like that for a long, long time.
I'll use the one back here.
Somebody lost the button. And actually, I've come to really like that ball better than the big flat button. I feel like I have a little more control.
Don't do too much. Nope. Hit me up with the shadow gray. Too blue. Too blue.
Oh, it reads
One-
way more blue
one
on
pass
camera.
of
That's
two.
wild.
It reads what?
It reads really blue on camera. Like in person, it reads like a really cool gray. On
Yeah.
camera, it reads blue as heck.
Huh.
Smurfy.
It's not as blue as you think it is.
Yeah.
It's not as pink as you blue it is.
That's what I said.
Not as pink as blue it is.
Right. Small needle. Perfect.
Jordan Easel says, I'm probably just going to talk about food in a non-intrusive manner for this stream.
Well, everybody get out your Still Piece Live bingo cards. Jordan Easel's doing weird stuff. Check that one off.
Let's see, what else goes in the bingo cards?
Thanks for
Cobwebs,
laughing at something inappropriate.
cobwebs grumbles about glitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, cobwebs, grumbles.
An appearance from the third world.
An appearance from the third world.
1980 makes a terrible joke about shrimp.
Put a shrimp in its mouth. That's certainly one.
1980 says, I bought a werewolf mask in the late 90s like that, but my nephew borrowed it and it got swiped. Jordan Easel says, that's to say I'll try not to annoy anyone. Well, you've got 4 minutes.
If you're gonna do any annoying, get it in now.
What's the free space on the,
Apparently.
Alan tests the heat gun on his hand.
Apparently, once you go light blue, you never go back. Because having a heck of a time getting
It's
black to
gonna
come
be
out of this
blue
thing.
forever.
It is shadow gray though, so it's not going to overwhelm it.
Yeah. Edson Glute says dancing beetle butts.
Scott Colehart posts a link.
Scott Pollock, yeah.
Scott Coward posts a link before we finish getting
Yeah, before we finish talking about it.
before we finish talking about it.
'Cause he's got mad skills. Jordan Easel asks, how often do y'all eat eggs?
I'm eating eggs almost every day now with breakfast.
I gotta be in the mood for eggs.
I go through runs. Sometimes I'll just eat eggs every day and for like multiple things a day. I go through craving periods. I need them. And then I won't eat them for months. Like I don't think I've had eggs for months at the moment. Except for like the 3 deviled eggs I ate at Christmas parties.
I had pickled eggs with dinner.
Oh, I love pickled eggs so much.
Me too. That's it. Gray got me a Buc-ee's jar of pickled eggs for Christmas.
They know us.
They know.
Solid college kid present.
Oh yeah. She's like, I bought this with my own money. I'm like, oh thanks. And by your money, you mean our money? Jordan Easel says, I made this omelet using leftover cheese ball. That's clever.
Ooh.
I have unfortunately never met leftover cheese ball.
Cheese what?
Cheese ball?
I'm
Lynn-
only going over the edge of this fur. It's not in any of the references. It's something I always do, but their glue is showing now because the fur has receded back a little bit. I'm just hiding that glue edge.
Linda Tuttle says, love the lines in your new awesome place.
Thank you.
Ezekiel asked, is it cold in Texas right now?
It's 50 degrees.
Which is freezing to us. I
Festival of Fear says, how should we clean latex masks to best preserve them throughout the season?
I use the antibacterial wipes. I'm more worried about the bacteria not being preserved through the season. The masks should hold up fine for several haunt seasons.
He says, after the season when we put them in storage.
Okay, working masks, I will clean out with the antibacterial wipes. I will armor all the outside, and then I put it in storage.
Ezekiel says, it's not shrimp on the Barbie, it's prawns on the Barbie. Did I-
Many people don't like, I'm putting in an ad again, I shouldn't do that. Many people don't like Armor All. If you're a collector, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to keep a mask alive for several haunt seasons, then that's fine. All right.
Chris says, we're having a heat wave, it's 1 Celsius.
Ooh, 1. Is that like 34 degrees Fahrenheit?
1980 says, shrimp is the chat herpes. Once I brought it in, it never really left. There's always flare up.
How am I on camera? Am I on centered?
Yes.
Too close? Too far away?
a little close.
You're a little close.
Up. There.
There you go.
And not tonight, but next time we'll use shadow gray to knock down this new fur that's on here.
Probably put a hint of blue in it too.
No,
No?
his old fur is tinged.
Cobweb says 50s is t-shirt weather here. And 901.
All right, guys. So this is a restored
Very vintage, very,
Yeah. Way on old school. Lance Pope werewolf.
yeah, very vintage, very kind of historical.
Chris says it's 33.8 degrees.
Okay. If you knew me, you wouldn't trust me to convert anything.
Jordan Neal says that's incredible. Dan Morrison, Hellway Apollo says, hi everyone, from right here in the North Country.
Woo!
Actually,
All right.
it surprises me sometimes that you're not better at math.
Yeah, my brain doesn't do that thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If it's money, I'm actually okay. But take it out of the terms of money, no.
Julie Tinsley says the fur matches your beard. Werewolves look great. Hell.
Thanks.
Stab, stab, bleed, bleed.
Kid Giggity said that's a good boy.
Yank on the arrow, yank the whole mannequin over.
I think my phone is over here. I want to get some pictures.
You all right?
All right, gang. So this, am I on camera now? This is so weird. This is an old suit, you know, and we're bringing this guy up to speed. I think maybe next week or the week after, this guy will be all the way done, and we'll put him up in the dark hour lobby with a plaque and all that. But it's an honor to work on this because of what a great artist and what an impact Lance and Verdun Manor have had on the Texas haunted house community. So this is very cool for me, and werewolves are of course one of my favorite monsters. You never know the impact you have with art. So I always say go make stuff. And why? Why go make stuff? A, it fulfills you as a person. I think it makes you see the world differently when you make art. But I think it also makes other people see the world differently. And sadly, Lance has passed and has no idea the effect that he has 20 years after his passing here at Dark Hour. So don't underestimate your art. You have no idea how important it is. And with that, go hit the button. I'm going to say, go make stuff. Go make stuff!